Hey, what's up guys? Bacon Spaceman here, and today we're going to be discussing a very important topic. Now this may relate to many of you because it's the hot stuff up in the gaming community, and you know what that is? It's Fortnite. Yeah. You may have known by reading the title of the video. But now I'm just teaching it to you the way you need to learn it by the introduction of the video. And if you don't like my introductions, then you just gotta suck it up and deal with it, because sometimes intros don't go your way and they go whatever way I want to make them because they're my intros. Alright, so this is how to get good at Fortnite. How to get really good at Fortnite. And my first point relates to a popular saying, just build lol. It indeed is a saying, yes, that if you are entrapped or if you are fighting with an enemy, you should indeed just build lol. But I propose we take that one step further. What you really need to do is you need to just build lol in real life. The first solution is to become a construction worker. That's the only way. To get really good at your building skills in game, you have to become a builder IRL. You have to know what it's really like. Because in real life, you don't build a wall in 5 seconds. You build a wall in 10 seconds. You're a little slower in real life because it's not Fortnite. You don't got to do that. The next step is gain every single one of the Infinity Stones. You got the KFC stone. You have the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stone. I don't know why that's a stone. Rocky, when he created the universe, he was like, yeah, that's a stone. You get the you get the stone of David Bowie. Yeah, this man right here. You gotta get the Bowie stone. So that's very important. After that, you get the Tumbler stone. And I can't even put up this finger without having this one up, but whatever. You get the Tumblr stone, which relates to Tumblr, specifically to porn on Tumblr. Like science, whatever, dude, fandoms, whatever. It relates specifically to porn that you can only ever find on Tumblr. Those rare videos. And the last and final stone, the Pinky stone, the stone for the Pinky, which is the Pinky stone. Oddly enough, they just named it the Pinky Stone. It's the smallest stone. It's also the most powerful. Oh wait, there's another one. And in this stone, you have the Hand Fetish stone, because Kyrie Shikage. You get all those, and you get an Infinity Gauntlet. I don't have the steps to that. You're gonna have to consult my other video, how to get Respecting Women Juice. It's a very good video. I suggest you watch it when I make it. But yeah, you get your Infinity Gauntlet, and then when you snap your fingers, instead of destroying half of all life in the universe, you destroy half of all thoughts in the universe. Now, many might say, oh, but don't destroy half of them, destroy all of them. No, we need a balance, because the thoughts are the necessary driver in my meme economy. How am I supposed to make jokes about thoughts if there are no thoughts? You know, that's like saying, haha, dodos. What you can't make jokes about something that's extinct. It ain't funny. There's no variety, but I could say, haha, real life thoughts. And if you destroy half of them, you get like Infinity War thought memes. Yeah, and that's all we really need in the world, are Infinity War thought memes. So once you become real Thanos, and you get your chin, you get your lines, you get your Titan Down syndrome. I think he got that or something. I mean, you know, I don't think Titan's got that. Like, what are those chin lines even meant to do, man? Like, it makes no sense to me. If you're asking me personally, it makes absolutely no sense. So once you do that, you have to become Fortnite Thanos, and I don't even think that's in the game anymore. I don't think you become Thanos anymore in the game. What you gotta do, the next step, which not many people talk about, is time travel. You got to get yourself a time machine, and by doing that, you first have to go to the year 2036, where you're developing your time machine along the way. After CERN takes over, you're developing your time machine. Then you go back in time, and then you have to go to a world where instead of CERN taking over the world, you have World War III instead. You go to that 2036, and then you go back in time again, and you make your past self go back in time even further than that, and there you go, Fortnite Thanos. That's how you become Wait, before you wait until 2036, you first have to send a text message that lets CERN take over the world. Don't worry, it's a very interesting process. You just text 555 CERN. I don't know the area code, but you know it's a 1-800 number probably. Don't actually call that number, by the way. I don't want anyone who has that number to like sue me. My memes don't go as far as getting sued. So after you become Fortnite Thanos, you realize you're in the past, and shotguns are the meta now. So what do? That you learn shotguns, and then you learn the meta. But then you realize that in the future those shotguns aren't the meta anymore. So actually going back in time is a little bit of a waste. Becoming Fortnite Thanos is pretty much an unnecessary step. But I think it's a very important step, one of the most important steps, in fact. And because once you do that, you're the strongest, and then you can just beat people up. Yeah, Fortnite Thanos mode. After Infinity War came out, you got that Fortnite Thanos mode. So next, you have to lower your age to that of a child. Now that's where the time travel really was important. Lowering your age to that of a child. You have to go back in time and give your past self Fortnite. You gotta cause a kind paradox where you invent Fortnite. Because if you invent Fortnite, then you have the hacks. You're a mod admin, and you can like give yourself the golden scar every round, or whatever, dude. Whatever you want, you can become Fortnite Thanos too. It works. And once you do that, that will up your skills, because everyone knows that children are inherently better at the game because they're younger and therefore have better reaction time. And so once you're a child, the next step is dye your hair non-natural colors. So you know Ninja, you know the man, the streamer, the legend of the Fortnite community himself, Ninja. He dyes his hair, specifically turquoise. Go with turquoise. Everyone will absolutely love turquoise if you dye your hair that color, man. It just looks absolutely beautiful. Only if you're a man, though. If you're a woman, don't complete that step. But if you're a man, you gotta get your sides real nice and short. You gotta straighten your hair. You can't have these curls. You have to get nice and long up here. And then once you get that done, you dye it a really unnatural color like turquoise, or perhaps the colors of Satan himself. You go to hell. You find what that is. You use a hexadecimal pixel. Wait. A color picker tool to find out what Satan's butthole's color is, and then that's what you dye your hair. Or you look for the forbidden colors, which not many people know about. Consult my previous video, Are Traps Gay, where you will learn about forbidden colors. After that, you have to commence. If you get your forbidden colors, you have to go. And you have to not wash yourself for weeks on end. I mean, you have to go so far that where your hair just turns into a pile of grease. Like you should be able to take your hair, take a quick slice of it off, and you need to be able to fry that hair up, man. I mean, you need to put coconut oil in your hair, and instead of washing it out like you normally would after you do an oil treatment for your hair, you gotta just leave it in there. Just let it get greasier and greasier. Perhaps even take your bed, your bed, like mine over there. You take your bed and then you just cover it in oil. You have to live in oil. Like, lubricate your body every single night. You have to be eating that original flavor Vaseline whenever you get the opportunity. You need your insides and your outsides to be lubricated and greasy. Because if you're not greased up for the Fortnite ride, then you're not going to be able to take that L and turn that L into a W by lubricating enough. After that, you have to yell downstairs or upstairs. Well, more likely than not, in this scenario, to get good at Fortnite, you would have already moved into your mother's basement in advance. because if you're really serious about this, then before even following this guide, you would go in advance and move into your mother's basement. I mean, I assume people have at least a little bit of background knowledge of becoming an expert at Fortnite before watching this video. So you have to call upstairs to your mom, and you have to say, "Mom, get me tendies." Wait, that was Dio. You don't road roller your mom. Actually, don't use the world. Spend your good boy points instead in getting those tendies. You have to say, "Mom, I want to spend 100 good boy points. I deserve a tendy meal from McDonald's. It doesn't matter that it's 3:30 in the morning, Mom. You have to get those tendies from McDonald's. And if not, you just reveal the poop sock, which everyone has one of those. So if you don't, tough luck, man. You're probably not gonna get those tendies after you spent all those good boy points. After you get those tendies, you gotta scarf them down. You gotta lean back. You gotta take them. You just gotta throw them into your mouth over and over. And in fact, you need Hot Pockets for that step too, because you get your microwave right next to your thing. That's actually a mini fridge, not a microwave, but whatever. You get your microwave. You throw it in there. You take it. You have to become a Major League Baseball star. You take it and you chuck it right into the microwave. Shut it. Put it in there for 20 minutes. Because I have no idea how long you put Hot Pockets in a microwave for. Put it in there for 20 minutes. And then you eat them with your tendies. Oh, and your Big Mac too. You can't forget about your Big Mac meals. And your Alienware piss bucket, by the way. Next, you have to spend $100 on a membrane keyboard. I mean, like me personally, I have a mechanical. It has the clickety clacks. But some people prefer the membrane. And if you don't know, membrane keyboards use rubber. They use rubber and electrical switches. And what I mean by that is that you take a condom, you put it on your dick, and then you stick it in an electrical socket, and that's how membrane keyboards work. You take that, and you can buy a gaming one too. It has to say gaming. It doesn't matter. You may be able to get a mechanical keyboard cheaper than $100. You may be able to get a good one, but it's not as good as that membrane goodness of feeling the rubber squishing down whenever you press the keys, feeling the electrical impulses of the condoms on your keyboard, your keyboard condoms as they call them in the industry. You gotta spend and it has to be RGB, because everything is RGB these days, dude. Your eyes need to be RGB. You have glasses. If you perhaps have glasses, you need them to be RGB too. And by RGB 2, I mean RGB 2.0, not RGB as well. RGB 2.0, as I'm about to educate you, is the newest form of red, green, blue, where it adds an extra color, and that's glue. It adds glue as a color. After that, you have to buy the cheapest. You have to buy the cheapest mouse you can. You have to go to Best Buy, and you have to find the cheapest mouse you possibly can. I mean, it has to be like a $5 mouse, a $5 used mouse. And you gotta make sure the DPI is at least 12,000, because if it isn't sensitive, then you're not gonna get anywhere in life, man. You need that sensitivity in your life sometimes. You need that emotional intelligence. So if your mouse ain't sensitive, if your mouse is a non-PC shit poster, then you better throw that mouse away. You may have spent however much on it, but you could get a mouse way cheaper, and all mouses are the same, except for the non-PC ones. Next up, you have to use an HDTV with your computer. You have to get a big old school one that only goes up to 720p, 720. And then what you have to do with that is you have to take an HDMI cord, get an adapter to turn that HDMI cord into AV. Then you have to take an AV thing and have the AV turn it into DisplayPort. DisplayPort to VGA after that. Then VGA to SCSI, which is a data a data transfer thing. That's not even images, dude. That's just SCSI, dude. You get SCSI, and then after you have the SCSI input, you have the SCSI and you transfer that to USB-C. And then you transfer the USB-C back to HDMI and you plug it into the HDTV. Because you're so good at Fortnite already. If you followed all these steps here, you're already an expert. But we just have to get the rest of the way there. And the rest of the way there is coming now. And that's because your input lag is very important. Because if you don't have input lag, then it doesn't give your brain enough time to think before you do an action. Because you're already so good that that input lag won't even hurt you. It'll actually make you better because you think ahead of the game itself. Next thing's next. You have to coat your hands in Dorito dust. You have to get as many chips as you possibly can, as many Doritos. Crush them up, just put them in a bag, just kind of open it up. You gotta crush it up, smush them all together into dust. And then you gotta coat your hands in it, and you have to make sure they're nice and coated before you type on your memory and keyboard. Because if they're not coated, if your keyboard isn't greasy, then sometimes your hands may get stuck to the keyboard, and you need them to be so greasy they could just slide right off the keys. Just slide right off the keys. Because if they don't, if they get stuck, you may be pressing the W button. You mean to hit yourself the B button so you can build or whatever, and it won't happen because your keys are stuck. So you have to make sure you snort the Dorito dust too. That's an important step. Next step, not only do you have to snort Dorito dust, you have to snort G Fuel, because make sure you go to my sponsor link, G Fuel. I'm not actually sponsored by G Fuel. Please, G Fuel, sponsor me, please. I need the money, G Fuel. I need your sponsorships for my videos, G Fuel, please. This is important. Back to your regularly scheduled video. You gotta snort the G Fuel because that's the best way to get the caffeine flavor, is just by ingesting it directly. Eating it, you have to wait a little bit, like 15 minutes or so, for the caffeine to start kicking in, and it usually takes about an hour or so, I'd say, to get really back into gear. But if you're snorting that caffeine, if you're snorting that G Fuel, then you're really getting the most bang for your buck right there. Snorting G Fuel, you're good here. You're so woke on caffeine. Nothing's better. And then after that, you have to snort Adderall, just like Cloud9 did on CS:GO. No, they didn't snort it. They just took it. Next, you have to stream, because if you're streaming your content and adding extra latency, because you're gonna be using a splitter, because you guys are playing on console, not even PC at this point. You use a splitter, and you have to make sure you stream, and you have to hit your stream name and your username, because people know when they kill you, they have to be able to watch your stream. Wait, when you kill them, I'm sorry, because you guys are pros. And the very last step in this excellent journey to become a master at Fortnite is you have to eat soy. Eat as much soy as you can, Make sure you grow out your neck beard. You have to make sure your hairline just goes all the way back, Make sure your sides and back are nice and long rather than short. Because once it's a stage thing, you dye your hair first, and then you get to this step later on. You get to the best step, my personal favorite. And thus you are a soy boy. And to complete this, you have to browse r Fortnite BR on Reddit. Alright, congratulations if you followed every single step of this guide. You are now an absolute master Fortnite player. I wish you all good luck in your forting and your knighting, because by the end of this, you're really gonna be knighted by Queen Elizabeth. You're gonna build a fort at night. You're gonna build a pillow fort. You're gonna keep out all the girls with the cooties, because no women allowed in Fortnite. Am I right, girl gamers? So I'd like to ask you all to subscribe to the girl reading this. I'm a really big fan. She's really beautiful, the girl reading this. And, Bacon Spaceman, oh god, I've made this weird. Leave my video now. Get away from me. Oh god.